today we are going to be focusing on area. So here I have few shapes: rectangle, the square, trapezium, right angle triangle, circle, and another triangle that's not right angle. So when you're doing area, it's referring to the amount of space within a shape. So how much space is within this shape. So that's basically what area is about. So for some of the shapes, finding the area is fairly simple. So for the rectangle, for example, to find the area of that shape, it's just the length times the width. So whatsoever the length is, you'll simply multiply it by the width. So 4 times 8, that gives you 32 centimeters. And once you're dealing with area, you'll just put on your squared units. And that's it. So for the rectangle, it's length times width. For the square, it is still length times width. Or you can simply say, whatsoever the length of one side is, you square it. So for you to say length times width, it would be 6 centimeters times 6 centimeters equal. And if you are going to square the 6, it's still 6 times 6. And if you don't remember, the measurement of each side of a square, they are all measured the same thing. So if this is 6, it means that each side of the square is 6. So 6 times 6, that gives you 36. And that's it. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated with the trapezium. The formula for that is half of a plus b times h. Now, just to fill in, so half. Now, a plus b, these are the parallel sides. So the sides that go in the same direction, those are the sides that are referred to a and b. So you can make any one your a and any one your b. It doesn't really matter. So a, I'll say 6 meters plus 8 meters. And the height, no, it's not the slanted line that makes the height. No, it is the perpendicular line. So the line that basically makes a L, a proper L, or that makes a right angle, that is the line that refers to the height. So in trapeziums like this, it's given usually with a broken line on the inside, or they say height equals. And if it's a right angled trapezium, you wouldn't have this line here, but you will just have a straight line, and the height is there. So the height for this is 3. So now you will just simply work it out mathematically. So 6 plus 8, that gives you 14 meters times 3, and then you will have your half on the outside. So you can just simply put this in on your calculator, or if you want to work out 2 parts of it, it makes no difference. It will still give you the same answer. So half times 14, that would give you 7. And 7 times 3, that would give you 21. So this would be 21 meters, and you put your squared unit on it. And please remember, whatever unit is given, that's the unit that you're supposed to put, and then you put your squared. If no unit is given, you'll just write squared units, and that would be accepted. Now for a right angle triangle, the formula for that is half base times height. So it would be half of whatever the base is multiplied by the height. Now to fill in, it's half times, the base is the one that it sits on. So that would be 4 meters times height is the perpendicular height, the one that makes the right angle. So, and in our case, that is 3. So you can say half times 4, that would give you 2 meters. 2 times 3, that gives you 6 meters. So equal 6 meters squared. So you never focus on the slanted distance in a right angle triangle when you're finding the area of it. You just simply focus on the 2 lines that makes the right angles. Now, the circle now, it has its own unique formula as well. So it's pi r squared. So r is the radius. In cases, the radius is always the point, the line from the center to the circumference. If in a question you're not given the radius, but you're given the diameter, which is the distance across the circle that passes through the center. Only thing you need to do in order to find your radius is to divide that diameter by 2 and you'll get your radius. So pi, you can, most times you are given what it is, but if you're not given what the value of pi is, you can decide which one you want to work with. If you want to work with 3.14, 3.142, 22 over 7, you can decide. So in this case, I'm going to just use 3.14. Multiply. Now r is the radius. So in our case, that is 4 meters. So I can either just write 4 meters and put a squared there, or I can just write it out by saying 4 times 4. Now when you get to this part, you'll just simply multiply across. So 4 times 4, that's 16. And 16 times 3.14, that will give you 50.24. And that is it. So as long as you're able to remember this formula for a circle, you're on your way with the area of it. Now the final one is a triangle that is not a right angled triangle. So there's a formula that's called the Heron's formula. And that is found by saying you will add all 3 sides and then divide it by 2. And you will get the value of s. Now when you add this, so it would be 5 plus 4 plus 3 in order for you to get s. So 5 plus 4 plus 3, all divided by 2. So 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 3, that's 12. 12 divided by 2, that gives you 6. So s would be equal to 6. So then from there, you go down now to use the actual formula of Heron's. So Heron's formula says square root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c. And that should give you the area of a triangle that is not a right angled triangle. So now, just filling in the data now. So it is square root sine s, we just found that out, that is 6. So it will be 6 times, open bracket, s is 6, and we can choose any side we want to be a. So we can label them a, b, c. So it doesn't matter, as long as you use all 3 sides, it does not matter. So it will be 6 minus a is 3 times 6 minus b is 4 in our case, and then you have 6 minus c, which is 5 in our case. And then you work out each individually. So it would be the square root of 6 times 6 minus 3, that's 3, times 6 minus 2, 4 is 2, times 6 minus 5 gives you 1. So when you get here, you'll simply multiply it out. So it will be the square root of 6 times 3, that's 18. 18 times 2, that's 36. 36 times 1 is still 36. And then you'll just simply find the square root of that. So the square root of 36 means what number can you multiply by itself in order to get 36. You can simply use your calculator and put in the square root sign, and then you type in your 36 and it will give you the answer. Or if you know your timetable like that, you can just simply work it out in your head and get the answer. So the square root of 36, that gives you 6. So it's 6. Now, when you reach here now, you'll just simply put on your units. So it's cm, and once it's here, you'll put on your squared. And that's it. So as long as you're able to remember this aspect, how to find your s in Heron's formula, and then you simply work out here of that part of the square root, you'll be able to calculate the area of a triangle that is not a right angled triangle. So just focus on the formulas and remember them. So Heron's formula incorporates s equal a plus b plus c over 2, and then this root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c, and you will be able to do Heron's formula. For the right angle triangle, it's always half base times height. For a circle, it's pi r squared. For a trapezium, it is half a plus b times h. And then for the rectangle and the square, it is just simply saying length times width. And you'll be able to find those areas. So Thanks for watching and tune in again next time with Mr. Brown, where you'll learn other mathematical concepts.